Aries. Thanks for joining me for your May 2017 forecast. Let's get into it. I appreciate your subscribing to the channel and for following me on Facebook and Instagram. I appreciate your support. The top of the month, we're starting out May in a Mercury retrograde. So the first 3 days until the 3rd, Mercury will be in reverse motion. And this energy is affecting the first house for you because Mercury backs up into the first house and started in Taurus. So you want to take it easy the first 3 days of May. I wouldn't rush into travel. I wouldn't rush into decision making in the first 3 days. You might want to lay back and not sign too many documents either the first 3 days of May. Mercury will be direct at 24 degrees of Aries, and going forward, you'll have assistance in all things communication, technology, and speech, contracts, writing, the understanding of one another. All of this will be moving forward effective the 3rd. So we have assistance in your endeavors regarding writing, editing, local travel after then, and perhaps connecting with maybe returning messages and calls from people that you might have received in the retrograde, but now you're willing to take action upon and return those calls after Mercury goes direct. We have our full moon on May 10th, and this full moon of May is at 20 degrees of Scorpio. So, the 8th house, what a mysterious full moon for Aries. The 8th house is about mystery and the intimacies, the privacy of your sexuality, your sex itself, your shared resources. But the full moon brings a culmination, an awareness. When the moon is at its fullest, it can illuminate what needs to be seen to you in the sector that it shines. So there might be a tweaking of where your money is. The full moon analysis is what I'm getting of where your money's going, who has it, what you are combining your resources with. This might apply to partnership. And I'll get into that in a little bit with an aspect occurring. So the full moon can bring an ending as well to an intimate connection that's no longer serving your highest potential and highest good in the path. So take notice of what is emotionally churning in you, Aries, because the moon governs the emotional reactionary energies in the 8th house of what is very personal to you, what is intimate to you. On the 15th, Mercury finishes his stay with you in the 1st house and enters Taurus again, where he was when he was first retrograde. I can tell Mercury is retrograde today as I'm recording these because my speech isn't so effortless. Mercury being my ruling planet, I can tell when I flow in these videos and when I search for the words. A lot of that has to do with being a medium as well as an astrologer and a reader of the tarot, a psychic medium. I listen a lot and I'm trying to decipher the clairsentience, the claircognizance, the messages that I'm feeling. Sometimes I don't actually hear words, but I'm given a block of information here. It's like it scans across my head, and then I have to put it all into the feelings into words. So bear with me in the retrograde because it takes me a little longer to download, is what I like to say. Anyway, Mercury being direct on the 15th of May in the sign of Taurus says a lot for your finances. So Mercury in this money sector through June 6th. This has a lot to do with stability of earnings, the quick accumulation of details regarding your money, what you're paid in work, what you're worth, because the second house is self-worth and confidence and value, how you value the self, how you value yourself is felt, it's an energy by others, and particularly if you have bosses that you report to, you want to emanate a confidence, because if you can feel it, they can feel it. And that's who they're giving promotions to. People who feel able, people who feel in charge, confident, in control. So your personal assessment of how you value the self is impacted strongly when Mercury's there. You can multitask, do a few things at the same time in this sector regarding earnings and your pay, what you receive, your wealth through June 6th. Lovely energy there. In between the 10th and the 15th, there is a beautiful aspect for you, Aries. Well, for everyone, but this is affecting the love energy for you, because Mars in the sign of Gemini will be trining Jupiter in the sign of Libra. And this is your 7th house. So Mars and Jupiter are beautifully aspected. And love is happy this month for Aries, because Jupiter in your 7th house, it feels like you're being pursued ardently. It feels like there is a hunt for Aries. And the trine in between Mars and Jupiter, Mars is quick, Mars is action, wants to see sex occur. Mars is physical energy. And Jupiter is the abundance, the expansion, the happiness, the jovial opulence. This planet loves to give. It is the giver of all giving. It's the planet that connects with Santa Claus, presents and treats, and all sorts of energy can come through from the 10th to the 15th, 10th to the 14th especially. Beautiful aspect for you in the love connection, in who you're communicating with, Mars and Gemini for you in the 3rd house. On the 19th, Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius will trine Uranus in Aries. So we have some fire aspects here between Saturn and Uranus. In the 9th house and the 1st house, Uranus is with you and has been for 7 years. So this trine is beautifully harmonized. This is a harmonious energy at an exact 26 degrees on the 19th they trine. So you could find yourself wanting to travel, a sudden trip to learn, a sudden educational, metaphysical journey from May 19th forward in May. But that particular day is an exact trine, and you might feel suddenly inspired to book a trip that's foreign to you, that you haven't been, because of the 9th house. And there could be a facet of learning and spiritual development to this crusade, is what I'm actually hearing to call it, a crusade. Interesting. Good for you, Aries, because it's a time of spiritual download for you. Maybe sudden insight, because Uranus is that sudden electricity that is inspiring to you in the self, in the 1st house of body, combining with the harmonious aspect in your 9th house of education, foreign travel, philosophies and worldviews, religions, and higher learning, development. Where is Aries headed in 2017? Around May 19th, you could be really inspired to develop something here in the 9th house. A lot of you will be traveling, because the fire involved in this trine creates a lot of stimulation and desire for action. On the 20th, the Sun enters Gemini. He'll be conjunct Mars then in this 3rd house of communications. Lovely month for students, learning, studying, communicating, getting resumes together, interviewing from May 20th. Those of you looking for work, in order to benefit from Mars in your second house on the 15th of May through June 6th, you want to set up your interviews for work from May 20th through June 6th. Spectacular aspected astrological energy, transited energy. The Sun conjunct Mars in the third house is a beautiful placement for public speaking, writers, editing, actors and actresses, performers. What do you have to say, Aries? Write it down. What you have to say is effortlessly delivered from May 20th through June 6th in particular, but you have this energy through June 21 with the Sun in Gemini. On the 25th, we have our new moon at 4 degrees of Gemini. Yes, in this third house, Aries, you have a plethora of things to say. And if you're looking for a new place, local travel, that's the 25th of May. Aries, you could be going places, a long distance, midway through the month, coming back home, doing short distance trips. This is a really great month for you. I want to get to the cards. I'm using a new deck. Well, not brand new published, but new to me on the videos. I haven't used her yet. I have so many. I have about 50 decks, and I get drawn and attached to them at different times. And this is the Cosmic Tarot by Norbert Loesch. Such beautiful images. I'm resonating with this for this reading. And I love the way they feel. The texture is important to me, and they have such a great illustration to them. Wait do you see the front? So let me shuffle a little bit more and tell you also, I want to thank you for your donations to the channel. This is my only profession, so I appreciate all of your support for these free videos. And if you're interested and curious about learning a little more about the tarot, or at least my practice with the tarot, I mentioned this last month, but I have a tarot online course. It is go at your own pace, no pressure. Every 3 days you're given a lesson, a total of 7 lessons. And for the cost of just a 30-minute reading, you have access to me, my course, and an interactive comment section that I am joining in on and replying to people. So you might consider that if you're interested, or if you're just curious. Click the link in the Show More section, and here are your cards. Aries. The moon. Look how beautiful. I love the tarot cards. I am obsessed with the art on all of the cards, and each of them have their own particular beauty. The moon. Major Arcana card. Full moon in Scorpio. And look at that. You have the water animals here, the crustaceans. Not that Scorpios are water, but it's just a water animal, or water sign animal, so, or insect. But what I'm trying to say is the card is resonating about the full moon. And in Scorpio, it's your intimacy, and nothing says quiet intimacy like the reactionary moon. This could also be the sign of Pisces. Let's see what else comes up. Wow, another major arcana, the Fool. We're still in our time of new beginnings. Just because we are out of March doesn't mean that energy's dissipated. This is still a _1 year in numerology, 2017. We're in the second month, which is about prosperity. May is the third, considered the third month. Not in a calendar year, in an astrological year. But this is about new beginnings and initiating a fresh start, taking a little bit of a risk. And there's an unknown quality to the Fool. Let's see what else is here. Ooh, 6 of Cups. Looking back, some nostalgia with this. There might be some intimacy from long ago that came in April that you are discerning around the time of the full moon on the 10th at 20 degrees of Scorpio. This decision could be about someone from the past that came through in the Venus retrograde through April 15th, or the Mercury retrograde through May 3rd. Hey! Hi, Aries! The color schemes are amazing too because the fire cards in the Cosmic Tarot are all shades of pink and ambers, and the water cards are blues and greens. I love it. I love the tones. This is the King of Fire. This is the Aries representing you who came to show up. You have one more card. The World. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so 3 major arcana. This is a glorious card. This is the best card in the Tarot. It's number 21, the last major arcana card. It's about coming full circle. Wow, Aries. Now, try not to react, especially the first 3 days, to emotional situations, but I think Aries is coming to a full moon awareness regarding a either past relationship or a new relationship that you took a risk on that's maybe making you a little nostalgic. Maybe this person reminds you of someone from your past. And maybe this person is another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But when your qualifier shows up, your signifier card, I always take this as a message, especially when it falls next to an outcome, that you receive the world. You've got the whole world in your hand, Aries. And why wouldn't you? Your month is very prosperous, okay? Your financial planet and your love planet, Venus. Venus is with you the entire month, and I forgot to mention that. So, oh, okay, I'm getting a little message here. So, Venus is about prosperity, but she's also love. And she'll be in the sign of Aries from the 1st of May all month. And this is a magnetic energy. And it's drawing prosperity to you. And it's drawing the right partner to you with Jupiter in your 7th house and Venus in your 1st. That energy of an opposition, or not an opposition, yeah, an opposition, Aries and Libra, this is drawing each other. You know, it's like a polarizing magnet between you and the romantic planet and the significant other or the soulmate sector. So this month is very powerful for Aries, and seriously, the world is your oyster. I hope this was helpful. Take a risk, Aries, too. You have Uranus with you. It could be a sudden insight to jump ship or to get on board someone else's boat. Make it a yacht, okay? All right, Aries, thank you for watching. I'm hoping this was helpful. Please subscribe to the channel and check out my tarot course. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.